Hey everybody, I'm Brian with Knox Company, and I'm going to show you how to service your pool vacuum. And before you go out and buy a new one, check a couple of these things first because these are not cheap. They are not made to be replaced every couple years. They should last for a long time, but we all know every once in a while they stop working like they should. So I'm going to show you a couple different things to troubleshoot and how to actually go inside of the pool vacuum so that you can fix it before you throw it away and buy a brand new one. So let's get to the first step. Always check the pool pump. Make sure that you have the pool pump filter cleaned. Make sure you have your pool filters or the cartridges clean. If you need to know how to do that, I have a full tutorial step-by-step how to clean your own pool filters. I'll link that video in the description, but you can do that yourself too. You do not need to pay a pool service to do it. It can get pretty expensive, but also while you do it yourself, you can learn a lot more about your system. So if you ever have trouble with the vacuum or any of the other returns or just how it's functioning, you'll be a lot more knowledgeable about how the whole system works. So check your filters, make sure that your screen and your filters are clean because that is one of the most common reasons I see all the things in your pool not work like they should. So if you've already done that, the next step is to actually look at the vacuum itself. Mine particularly was not moving around the pool like it should. It was just staying in one spot. Every time I came out, it was always in the deep end and it was just doing circles. It would not go up the walls. I never caught it anywhere else in the pool. It was always in the deep end. And so I watched it one time and saw that it just wasn't moving around like it should have. So in a lot of cases when it's not moving at all, pull it out, check underneath. Most likely you got a little toy or debris or plastic stuck, or maybe like a little landscape rock because we have some around the pool here. That's the first thing I would say when you're actually looking at the vacuum itself. Make sure there's nothing stuck underneath where you can actually see it from the outside. That's as simple as pulling it out of the water, check the bottom of it, remove that debris. Again, turn the system off so it's not sucking air or doesn't like suck your hand into it. Turn the system off, pull it up out, make sure nothing's stuck underneath. Then what I would do is I'd actually open up the actual vacuum. Also really quick, if you haven't already, please hit like, please hit subscribe. And I also make my own t-shirts. Check out the website there. I sell them for about 20 bucks. It's something I like to do on the side, some really cool custom designs. So if you want to support me in the channel, grab a t-shirt or just hit like and subscribe. Let's get back to the video. This is where we kind of get into where I think a lot of people don't think to look or they might not be confident doing it. So I'll show you right here on this one. It is a couple $100s to replace this, if not more. So this is not a cheap part. I thought I was just going to buy a new one. I wanted to look in it first and luckily I did. Some of the most common things I've seen, when you open it up, you have a little tab in the front. Be careful because this is mostly plastic, so you don't want to just break it open, but they are made to be opened and serviced. Depending on what model you have, look for a couple screws or simply just a flip tab on the front and it should kind of open up like a clam. Then on the inside, there may be a couple screws where your hose connects. This is what I found inside of mine. But once you remove those screws, you can kind of see all the gears and inner workings. Right away, you might notice that there's a rock or a piece of debris that made its way up into the machine. And as soon as it hits some of those gears or those flaps, it binds and it stops working. So again, that's like the second way to kind of look at it. Something gets inside and clogs it up. So something on the outside, something on the inside. These are very easy, most common. Put it back together, you're right back up and running. My situation was actually a little bit more complex than this, and that's what inspired the video. Is if you look at the inside of the wheels, it has gears or like teeth on both sides. So that kind of caught my eye. And because of how it was moving in the water, I knew that it was only moving one way. The tires or the wheels were only spinning one direction, which caused it just to spin in a circle. So my first thought was, are the gears connecting or what is causing it to do that? So I looked at the wheel and there's one that's fixed, which causes the wheel to kind of always spin in gear. The other side, it kind of has like a clutch or a spring-loaded gear, which allows it to actually hit the inside of the wheel or the outside of the wheel. And if it's hitting the inside or outside, it causes it to spin opposite directions. So then I paid a little bit more closer attention to that area. And you can see right here, there's this little gearbox and it actually is supposed to have a little bit of play. And there's two little springs on the inside. So what I found is that that little gearbox somehow had moved out of its little seat and it was bound into one position, which was almost in between both those teeth. So what it was doing is it was spinning the gear, but it wasn't connecting with the wheel. And every once in a while it would kind of grab, but then it would just move right back because it wasn't ever fully in or out. So what I did, it was really easy. I just kind of put a little bit of pressure onto it and slid it back into its little seat. It actually fits right in there, kind of holds it in place. How it got moved out of place, I don't know. Could have been from another time being jolted around or maybe the kids were playing with it. But either way, it wasn't broken. It just kind of came out of alignment. But if I would wouldn't have actually opened it up and looked at this gear and kind of seen how it's working, I would have just thrown this away, spent $200 to $300, bought a new vacuum, and moved about my day, which is an option. I'll put links for those other vacuums here in the description, but I would always recommend checking it out. If you're going to throw it away anyways, why not open it up, look inside, and see if you can save yourself a couple $100. My situation was, I would say, like a third level of getting into it. It wasn't clogged. It wasn't clogged internally, but some of the pieces on the inside were kind of out of alignment. So make sure everything's in place. Look at it closely. One side has a fixed gear. The other one you can see has a lot of movement. It's made to do that because it actually hits both sides of the wheel. But if you look at it, the way that all these gears work on the inside, it's kind of cool. I guess it's what's patented or special about these vacuums. It's very intricate. As one of the wheel is turning, it allows it to sit in a certain slot, which allows the gear to sit forward. That allows it to hit one side of the wheel. As it slowly spins, kind of like a clock, where the hour hand and the minute hand move at different speeds. As it's doing that, it then pushes it forward or back into the other side, which allows it to spin the wheel the other way. So as it does this, just like the internal workings of a clock, if you could imagine, it's kind of hitting two different paces or two different positions all throughout the same rotation of the vacuum from the suction of the water, and it allows it to do all of its random orbiting around the pool. So I was able to fix it myself, save myself a couple $100. These things open up pretty easily. Just take some patience. Do not overwork it. They are mostly plastic, so you do not want to break it. If you have any other suggestions or things that I might have missed, please leave them in the comments below. I'm really good at getting back to all those. If you like the video and you haven't already, hit like, consider subscribing. And again, I have a full how-to video on how to clean your pool filters. Make sure you check that one out. But other than that, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next build.